Hey guys, what's up? So I haven't made a video in a while, and I've been kind of busy. Plus, I was waiting for some cards to come in the mail, and they kind of finally all came in. So I completed my both my Modern and Pioneer deck. They're both got their own cards and stuff like that, so it's kind of neat. Um, Upgraded some rarities, and still working on some decks, testing some stuff out. So today I want to do a video that's not gonna be any sort of informative or any real talking points or anything. Today, basically, I just want to kind of show off my decks, kind of a showcase, I guess, of the cards I've collected for the decks, and yeah, show off how they look right now in terms of just if you like fancy Gucci out cards. Hopefully you'll kind of enjoy this because I did spend a lot of time and well money too, kind of gathering these cards, putting them into a deck. Whether the decks are functional or not, I'll leave that up to you. But in my opinion, they've been pretty fun to play. Top tier, probably not, but fun to play at like locals and those kind of events. Maybe not like world winning worthy, but they are kind of fun to play. So first off here, I got I think this is my modern deck. Yeah, my modern deck in a Rubicon gaming deck box that I did a review a few days ago, or no, actually a few weeks ago, I think. Yeah, I like. Ironically, like I've mentioned before, I like putting my Magic stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh stuff or in Yu-Gi-Oh deck boxes, just kind of confuse people. But yeah, it's got a nice little BLS looking thing here. So let me go ahead and just show you the deck. So they're all kind of stacked right now, organized. So I'm just gonna show off the cards. And many of you have seen this deck already if you follow me and watch my videos every week or so. You've seen this plenty of times. But I did finally finish to fully foil the deck. So I think 100% of the cards in this deck and the sideboard are fully foiled. And for the most part, I have them in modern borders, and I tried to get modern borders. I tried to either get extended if they have extended, or borderless if they have borderless, or if they had multiple different artworks. I try to get like different artworks, especially for the planeswalkers. Not so much for like regular cards like these, like the spell cards. But for like planeswalkers, I did try to get as many artworks as possible. Just kind of show different faces of them. But anyways, yeah. So I'm not gonna really talk about card choices or anything. Just kind of show off the cards. So I'm gonna go quickly through my modern deck because I'm sure you've seen it plenty of times. Got foil out, prismatic endings there, foil, ops. I think these ops look best. One of the best looking ops. I don't mind that they're in Japanese either. But sometimes when I play, people do ask me what this card is. It's like, oh, it's just an op. It's nothing crazy. The only thing I wish this thing had was that it was like a rare, so it has that little foil sticker down there just to match, but it's uncommon, so whatever's. Some extended border, I think, or borderless stuff here. Snapcasters, damn. I do have 4 copies of these. These were kind of nice pickup because they were going down in price a little bit, so I managed to pick them up for not too bad for price there. For counter spells, I decided to go with this particular art. Obviously, you got the Japanese Strixhaven art. You got the one I was using previously. The I think it was MH2 extended or borderless one, and then you have a couple other versions of counter spells that are all kind of pretty nice. I decided to go with the Secret Lair one. I like the art. Love the quote. The quote on it says, "If there was let's see, only, oh, sorry, let me start over. If only there was a way to counter your inevitable whining." So it's just a pretty funny quote. And ironically for this deck, it features a lot of prominent like African themed stuff. So I decided to kind of stick with that. And I'm not sure if this is representative of anything African. Like, don't quote me on that. I really don't know. Um, but I thought it was cool. You know, a lot of my planeswalkers, a lot of their abilities, for some reason, they're like, African. I wouldn't say African American because this is Magic. It's multiverse, so I really don't know. But yeah, it's just kind of like that theme in that sense. Um, you got Kaya, you got Teferi, which are um, African, I guess. I don't know what that how that translates into Magic multiverse. But anyways, that's I'm going off tangent. Anyways, yeah, Kai's Guile. These are foil. Wish they had borderless. And that would be kind of cool to have. So I didn't max rarity everything in the deck, but they are foil, but not everything's max rarity. Like if you want max rarity to fairy, Time Raveler, you would buy the Japanese foil ones, which are about $230 each, 250 each. So these aren't like max rarity per se, but I do like the art. I do have the Japanese one non-foil, and I have the regular War of the Spark edition ones too. So, but I'm playing these ones, the stained glass ones, just because back on Magic Arena I had stained glass Teferis I was playing with. So, yeah. So more Teferi themed here. So you got the Archmage Charms. I used to have the original Archmage Charms from Modern Horizon 1s. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to keep kind of like a sort of Teferi themed. So these aren't technically max rarity. I think they're not as expensive as the originals. But I like the card because it's got like this sort of black text box with white lettering, which I thought looked kind of cool. You can kind of see Teferi's staff and his reflection in the spell that he's casting. One of my friends doesn't like this particular art because it doesn't look like a charm, which makes sense. It doesn't really look like a charm. It's like a staff. It's just a staff that he's holding in his hand right here. So, but either way, I like the way the art looked in general. I wish it was borderless though, make it even better. Then one Jace, yeah, the Mythic Edition from War of the Spark. But yeah, these are just very cool. Then I got two different versions of the Emperor. There's regular foils. I didn't go for etch foils or anything because I want to just keep my foiling more or less the same throughout my entire deck. So I just all went straight regular foils, so no etch foils in my deck at all. Yeah, so you've seen this before. You got I think this is the borderless and this is the showcase version. And I also have the regular one. And there's also the new Japanese top 10 promo one. I'll be in Japan next week or so maybe I'll try to pick one up. But on eBay, they're about like $1,300 per copy. So not quite too sure if I want to drop that much on an Emperor card. The art does look really nice. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you try to look it up. You might have to look it up on a website like Haruya or eBay or something. I'm not sure if it's on TCG Player, but yeah, it's the Japanese media promo for the Emperor. It looks really nice. Unfortunately, it's not borderless or anything. It's just like with like a regular border. But kind of cool art in general. Here I got two Teferis. This one also from the War Spark Mythic Edition. This one from the Secret Lair. So yeah, so two versions of him. I also have the original one from Dominaria, but I wanted either borderless or extended, so I went with these two versions here. Any other copies here that I wanted to mention? Nothing here really. I guess Snapcasters. There's a couple of different versions of. There's a new one that's coming out. I think like extended. I didn't like that art that much, and I didn't really like the promo art. Well, I do like the promo art one, but I wanted something with like no borders, so went with the Ultimate Masters borderless top box toppers, I guess. Yeah, I've got two Solitudes here. Yeah, just Solitudes, nothing to really say. Yeah, and extended ley lines. Those look pretty nice too. Now this one I couldn't decide between this version or just the regular one. Because this one kind of weird because it doesn't really fit into like any sort of like theme of the deck. You know, it's kind of odd looking. But I mean, I like the whole like just blue border, um, in general, and it does got like a creature looking thing in the background where the original art, or I should say the regular art doesn't have a creature. It just has like a statue in the background. Um, so I like this one. I wish this picture was a lot bigger. It's just so small and there's just so much text down here. But I think it's still overall pretty cool looking at. My main gripe is I don't really like the Dungeons and Dragons labeling right here. Like I understand why they have that. Because this is like the old Dungeons and Dragons like I guess book or rule books or whatever. I don't play too much D&D, so I don't really know too much D&D lore. But yeah, I mean, um, yeah, just the only gripe is I wish the border was a little bit bigger and it got rid of some of the other stuff. But it's still pretty cool. Celestial Colonnade, I think this is the best version, the best looking version of it, in my opinion. I just like rock with some wings on it, and it's got the Zendikar Rising expedition border around it. It matches with my fetch lands also, and then I have some the Zendikar Expo, the original Zendikar Expo filter lands. Yeah, and then I have Zendikar Rising Expo Edition lands, which are these over here. Uh, I wanted to get the regular Zendikar lands like from these ones, but they're a little too pricey. I think like Flood Strand or like at least Polluted Delta was like I think 300, close to 300 per pop, and like Delta or Strand here was like 250, two something, and that was a little too much for me to like swallow to get a full playset of each. So I went for kind of like the second highest rarity, I guess. Well, third highest rarity. I think the original Onslaughts or Takir ones are might be more expensive, but yeah, I just went for these ones. Plus, it matches with my Celestial Colonnade, and I like the art for Polluted Delta. It looks pretty cool. Flood Strand is just kind of basic though. It's just like a geyser in the background. I wish you know. I definitely think the regular Zendikar Expo arts are better than on both of these. But like I said, the price they command a very very high price tag. So I wasn't willing to drop on that. And then two Trinomes here. Got it from the same set. Caprena, I think it's Caprena. Yeah, look nice. They look very cool. Not much to really say about them there. Then I finally got the Infinity borderless lands here. These are just regular foils, not galaxy foils. I just got these ones because I think they, like I said, I want to keep the foiling in my deck the same. So I purposely got the regular foils. Um, the Zendikar Expo ones look pretty nice too. In between the Expo one and the Galaxy ones, I think the Expo ones have actually dropped quite a bit because of the Galaxy ones. But I wanted borderless, so I went with these ones over here instead of the Zendikar Expo lands. So yeah, but they look really nice. I really love the arts, these space arts. Very very cool. Um, yeah, probably one of my favorite looking shock lands or just lands in general. And then finally, yeah, just finally got these in borderless or whatever. I still like the unstable ones a lot better, especially the island. Like I really love unstable islands, but at like 80 or 60 to $80 for an unstable island foil, I just couldn't swallow that price tag. And so I just went with these ones. I still think these look really cool. I really like the plane. Plane looks absolutely cool, especially Galaxy foil planes. If you get a chance to look at one of those are really nice. But like I said, I just want regular foils for my deck. But yeah, I wish I had gotten those unstable lands way back then when they were a little bit cheaper. But yeah, these will we'll have to do, and they're kind of on theme with the deck in general. Anyways, let's show off the side deck. Made a small change to the side deck, but not too much. But so here you go. I got Chalice of the Void, my favorite art. Unfortunately, the artist Seb has been controversial. Needless to say, do like a lot of his art. I mean, just yeah, like I said, the artist. You know, I try to separate the artist from the artwork sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. You know, and it's just having these. So, but yeah, I thought the art looks cool. They are kind of pricey for these ones. I didn't like the old Chalice look. Maybe if they had a different art, I would have gotten that instead. But whatever, you know. Chalice of the Void's there. And then the new hot card in the market. I got these for really cheap at one of my local stores. Got them for like $2 each, but they're like, I want to say about like $14, $15 right now. It's the new hot side card. But yeah, Hollow Moonlight, pretty cool card there. And then these Aethergust, these are like my favorite looking cards from the Secret Lair. They just look so cool. I don't know, it's just something very like Cosmo about them. Like you see a little person here casting like a spell, I think. It's a little hard to tell on camera. Looks like they're casting a spell and banishing like a demon or something, but thought the art just looks very cool. Love the just everything about this card. Even the original art looks really nice for Aethergust. It's like some horse getting blown away, and that looks pretty cool too. But yeah, Aethergust just looks absolutely cool. Yeah, also from the Secret Lair there. And I got these Dolan's Vetoes. These are like, I think FMM promo. Yeah, very cool. They're not borderless or anything, but they kind of have the cool like promo box down here, so that's why I got. Yeah, another Kaya's Guile here. Teferi Time Raveler. This one is the regular art with the pre-release dating on here. Let me go ahead and bring it up closer to the camera. It says April 27th to April 28th, 2019. So yeah, a couple years ago. I got this one because sometimes I do this just so I can remember what to side out sometimes. So I always take the same Teferi out each time I play. So that's just kind of something that helps me remember what to side out. Because sometimes I forget to side this. Like if I put in 4 Teferi, sometimes I forget to take it out. So I have to go through my deck, find a specific Teferi, and take it out from my side deck. Just as a reminder for me. Then I got some board wipes, temporary lockdown, supreme verdict. Yeah, just optional cards here. I'm still testing this card out, seeing if I like it or not. More on that later. And finally, 2 subtleties. Yeah, just borderless. Looks nice. Not much to say about them. But yeah, that is my modern deck. So, quite a few cards there. And let me go ahead and show you guys my completed Pioneer deck, which took way too long. I didn't want to play Pioneer for a while because I sold off some of my shock lands, and for anticipating that the Infinity lands were gonna come out, so I decided to just sell off all the shock lands, and I couldn't play Pioneer for a while. But now I finally got the shock lands in for my Pioneer deck, so I'm gonna kind of show that off and yeah, go from there. So this deck's still in works. Since I haven't played in so long for with this deck in Pioneer, it's hard to say what changes need to be made. On top of that, I've been kind of playing around with it on Arena, but it's the meta on Arena is a little bit different compared to paper. So yeah, without I'll talk more on that when I do a deck profile on this deck. But for now, let's just check out some of the cards and some of the artworks, and yeah, go from there. Yeah, got I think these are Double Master Fatal Pushes. I think these look pretty cool. I usually have the promo ones, but since the borderless one came out, I think these look pretty cool. Then you got the Thoughtseizes here. I do like the not the original art of Thoughtseize, but I think the second one, Modern Master Thoughtseize. I forget the one with the fairy. I like that art a lot. This art looks pretty cool too, and it's also getting a whatchamacallit, a secret layer that's coming out with a new art of Thoughtseize. I still like this one over that one, so I think I'm just gonna stick with this Thoughtseize, and it does match with my Fatal Pushes, so I'm just gonna keep it that way and not change out with the arts. They got these considers. They were pretty pricey back then, but not so much anymore. But still, I like these promo considers. The most expensive version you can get is probably the double Innistrad draft box ones, which it has like a black and white picture instead. Those are pretty expensive. I don't know how much one is, but yeah, those are pretty cool. But I like this. I like this full colored one with the blue. So, yeah. Then I got 4 Legal Eagles here. Yeah, not much to say about them. Then I have some Dreadbores. These are secret lair Dreadbores also. I wish these were foil, but unfortunately they're not. But I do like this cool secret lair art. And I got these for cheap back then because no one was really playing them. Now they're kind of pricey, but yeah, very cool looking art. Like those metal posters from the 70s. Then I have some secret lair Croxas. I got these for also pretty cheap back then. I think I bought one secret lair, then the second Croxa I just picked up for like $30 or something, and I think they're sitting around like $60 now, 60 to 70 $70. But yeah, I love this art. I also have the original Croxa art too, but this one looks really cool because I thought it kind of reminds me of Attack on Titan. The art, just very like cool, very actiony, I guess. Compared to the the original Croxa art where he's just kind of standing there, this one's like there's a lot of things going on with this art, and I kind of like the black and white looking parts of it, I guess, with the red Croxa. And then I have some secret lair Drown in the Locks. These are also very nice. Love this art. A lot better than the original Drown in Lock. The original one looks kind of eh, but yeah, these one with the Mystical Archive border looks very cool. Yeah, I wish they made this in the regular set when it came out. And then I have Kolaghan's Command. I debated on getting the extended or the showcase ones, but I like the original art of Kolaghan's Command, and I do like the black and white looking borders, or sorry, black and red looking borders. So I ended up getting these ones. And yeah, I think they're like considered textured foiled, but I don't know. I can barely tell. For this deck, I didn't keep the foiling the same because some of them are non-foil, some of them are textured foil. My Pioneer deck is a little bit harder to make it like full foil with like full, regular foiling. So I just went with whatever I could get there. Then here I got 2 Lilianas. Don't know if she's good in deck or not, but I just wanted to play her because I did have a box topper version of her, so I played her. Plus I also have the new one, and I have the third one, the other art, the other one from Dominaria. But I decided to play the borderless ones here, or the showcase ones here. Yeah, just cool art really. This deck is more or less rule of cool. If it looks cool, I shoved it in there. It really isn't a deck that is like made to be hyper competitive or even remotely good. But yeah, trying out some new stuff in the deck here. Trying out a Corpse Appraiser here, and this is a showcase card. I think this one's also textured. I think I ordered 3 of these, and then I think one of them came as textured. So I think the one in here is textured. This one's just regular foil, not guild foiled. Yeah. So got those. I got some Judge promo Nicol Bolas's. I have a fourth copy. The fourth copy is in my is my commander for my EDH deck. So yeah, just pretty cool. Love the card. This is the reason why I played Grixis. I love Nicol Bolas as a card and as a a planeswalker or a character in Magic. Love my dragons, and then I got a couple of different arts of the Dragon God. I have the San Diego 2019 Comic Con. This one I bought myself. I was there. I was actually doing stuff for Yu-Gi-Oh! So I got that one, and this one's from a Mythic Edition, War of the Sparks. So I have that one also, and then just 2 Drown in the Loch, or sorry, Dig Through Times. Just foil Dig Through Times. Not much to say about them. All right, so the mana base here is what I'm most excited about. I finally finished the mana base, and it's completely, I think, considered borderless except for 2 cards, which are, I think, considered extended. But I think the rest of this is just, I guess you would say, borderless or whatever. So I'll start off here with 4 Blood Crypts. Yeah, I love the art for this Blood Crypt. Looks really, really nice. I'll just kind of put them to the side here. And then I have also 4 Watery Graves, which also looks very, very nice. So none of these are Galaxy foils, just regular foils. And then I also have 2 Steam Vents. So is this a good mana base? I don't know. It's a very painful one from my experience. I will probably change it up, but I just want to get a play set of each of these, and yeah, they just look very, very nice. Love the art for them. So this was what I was waiting for so long. Was just the Shocklands. Now, granted, you don't have to play this many Shocklands. 10 Shocklands is a lot. It is very painful. In both terms of, like, wallet pricing, and in terms of when you're playing the game in Magic, your health will go down very, very quickly. This is the type of land base if you're playing like Death Shadow, but Pioneer, we don't really have any way of like fetching these out, so playing a bunch of those Shocklands. And it's just because I built this deck back in like 2019, where in Standard, and so this deck has got a lot of that like Standard mentality from 2019, where M19 was in the format. And yeah, you'll kind of see why here too. So I have a couple of check lands, and these are the check lands from the Secret Lair. And some people hate it, some people love it. I'm in the like it camp. Yeah, I like them. Granted, they're a little hard to tell like what they're supposed to be. This looks like a mountain, right? And then this looks like a cave, I guess. But yeah, the art is just very plain and simple, which is fine. Honestly, I don't mind that. Like, but I do like how they're borderless, namely, and they're foils, so they're kind of cool. And they're not too expensive either. So if you ever needed check lands, those are great. Yeah, I have these ones here too. These other borderless ones from Midnight Hunt, I think. Just kind of cool there. And then I have these ones. I think these are Showcase or borderless. Don't quite remember. I think they're Showcase. So I guess they're technically not considered borderless, but they're considered Showcase, I guess. But yeah, Otawara and Takanuma here. And then these ones are considered extended, I think. The Fable Passage. I actually have 2 different versions. I think I originally ordered 2 M21 Fable Passages, but I ended up getting, the seller ended up sending me 1 of each, which was kind of weird. This one's more expensive. It's Eldraine. The difference is the Eldraine is more blown out, so you can kind of see more of the art, where the M21 version of Fable Passage is more zoomed in. So that's the main difference, and definitely the Eldraine one looks a lot better if you can get the Eldraine one over at M21. New Secret Lair coming out for it. I might pick up the Secret Lair Fable Passages, at least 2 copies, it's to replace these perhaps, just so if it's in theme with all the space lands that I have here. But But yeah, I mean, I still like the original art of Fable Passage. It still looks pretty nice. And finally, just the 3 basics that I play in the deck: Island, Mountain, Swamp. Yeah, and they're the space ones, so pretty cool there. Alright, and then finally the side deck. Side deck is still being worked on, so not much to say about it, but may or may not try to foil out the side deck, but we'll see. Yeah, I got 2 unlicensed hearse here. Just great side deck card in general. Yeah, not much to say about that right now. Then 2 more Aether Gus, look very nice. Love the art. Trying this dude out. I was actually playing Arena the other day, and he came in handy quite a bit. Like, my opponent could not cast anything as long as he was on the board. It was just kind of funny. But yeah. Anger of the Gods, these are the Double Master 2.0. I forgot what they're called. Yeah, Double Master 2022. Yeah, extended there. Those look nice. And then just a Kolaghan's Command. Yeah, these ones, they're coming out with the store promo ones, borderless ones. So I might pick those up when those come out. They're probably gonna be kind of pricey, but yeah, Dispute, just a cool card. I have to just a regular common or uncommon. And then I have a Japanese alt art Ashiot here, not foiled. Yeah, and then 2 gold blanks foiled here, and then finally a Cletus here, not foiled either. I should have picked up the foil ones when they were cheaper, but I didn't, so they're expensive now. I don't want to. I picked these ones up for really cheap when they kind of dropped in price. They were like 14 bucks at one point, so I picked these up for my side deck, and now they're super expensive, and I don't want to pay for them. So, but yeah, pay no attention to the builds right now. Like I said, they're just kind of work in progress. But I did manage to finally, you know, have a playable deck. And I will probably start going to some Pioneer events pretty soon, again, and hopefully be able to test this deck out and talk about it. Like, Modern is fun, but I think Pioneer is a cool format, lower powered. It's getting some pretty interesting cards in Brothers War that might shift the power dynamics. Black is getting a lot of cool stuff. White's getting some decent removal. You know, we'll see. But yeah, that's all I got for my Magic decks. As you've already seen, you've seen my other Magic decks that are just, you know, EDH stuff. My EDH decks, I didn't bother foiling any of them out because some cards can't be foiled, so didn't bother foiling out my EDH decks. But for my competitive, you know, constructed format decks, I did foil them out, and I'm kind of glad they're finally completed for the most part. I don't think there's anything else I want to buy or put in, unless, you know, something new comes out that, you know, power creeps something, or I might buy some new cards just to test out in the deck. But yeah, today's Monday, and probably head to Modern a little bit later today and play and give you guys another battle report. And then next week I'll be judging for Yu-Gi-Oh, and then I'll be in Japan. So got a busy schedule ahead of me. And yeah. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that showcase for my 2 particular decks. If you have any questions, comments, love to hear them. Just, you know, put them down in the comments, and I'll get back to you guys when I can. Anyways, see you guys next time.